Cryptonauts.
All right, cool.
Yeah, okay,
So, so my man, you need no introduction, Arthur Hayes. But if you want to give a self-intro, please just tell the audience who you are.
Yeah, Arthur Hayes. I've been in crypto since 2013. Former CEO of BitMEX, co-founder, inventor of the perpetual swap, and currently I am the chief investment officer of my family office, Maelstrom, and we trade crypto, early stage token deals, lots of shitcoins, DeFi, DeSci, whatever the fuck you want to trade, we do it.
Amazing. Okay. So last time I saw you, you predicted a global collapse in 2026. Do you still believe that, and why?
So I think that there will be a global collapse in fiat currencies 2026, between 2026 and 2030, right? So I think we're at the end of this era of a monetary system. We've had about 80 to 100 years since the two big world wars. All those people have died off. We have a new generation of leaders. Nobody alive in power today has ever experienced a global war. And you're basically seeing sort of the result of that in terms of, an increase in kinetic conflicts around the world. And at the end of that, you also have an entire baby boom population who has essentially had the best deal ever in terms of a financial system from the, when they were born in the 60s till current day, and they don't want to give it up. And to keep the party going, they're going to print a bunch of money. And then us younger folks have to sort of deal with it. Thankfully, we have Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's not going to save the entire world. There's too many people who are too disenfranchised, and I think this wealth inequality is going to tear the world apart. And money printing is just symptomatic of that, and we'll have some sort of big event by the end of the decade.
Right. So the question is, before we jump into that, do you yourself leverage 100x?
Absolutely not. And I've said this many, many times.
That was not the response that I was expecting, but that's pretty funny. Okay, so what's next? How does someone like you of such a high caliber use their time? What's a day in the life of Arthur Hayes?
So I spend 4 months of the year skiing. Right now, it's a ski season in northern Japan. I think it's some of the best powder snow in the world. I love it. It's my happy place. So I spend 4 to 8 hours a day on the mountain skiing, hiking up mountains, skiing in the backcountry, and do interviews like this. I like to write, and I have a team of people at Maelstrom, my family office. It's about a very small team. Early stage investing. We do a bit of trading. That's sort of my focus. I attend meetings once a month. I'm not involved in any of the day-to-day. There's a professional management team who does all of that stuff.
Okay, and so I also looked up a couple articles. A lot of your predictions are correct, and they also said that you're one of the youngest billionaires out there in crypto. How does that feel?
So at the end of the day, my only goal professionally was to get control of my time. I used to work on a trading floor. You're told when to show up, when to leave, what to wear, what you can say, what you can't say. I personally don't like that. A lot of people do like having the strictures of being an employee, because you're told what to do, and you know what's expected of you, and you see a path in front of you. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their own sort of path in life, but that just wasn't me. If I want to go skiing on Sunday in the south of France, not the south of France, in Argentina, I need to fly my ass over there. I want to be able to afford to do that. Or if I want to take a meeting when I want to take a meeting and not really worry about what sort of the financial impact of it is, I want to be able to do that, because maybe there was a big dump of powder and I'd rather be out on the mountain than talking to somebody or doing some other piece of admin that I'd rather not do. So I want to have control of my time. That's what I think is real wealth. And so that was always my goal.
Amazing. Okay, well, I was gonna lead with the final question, but I actually want to know kind of how you see this run going. Do you think, okay, so we kind of split it up. Is it are we in the middle? Are we kind of getting close to top? Do you think?
I don't know. I know there's all this, people saying, there's a 4-year cycle, it has to be 4 years. I understand there's intrinsically because of Bitcoin having it every 4 years and blah, 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 and the capital cycle and all that kind of shit, right? But as Bitcoin becomes less of a technological thing, there's been very few new technical improvements to Bitcoin Core, right? There's Taproot, there's SegWit. They happen very infrequently.
Yeah, Segway's old
Right,
too.
it's not about
Segway, yeah.
it's not about the technology. Bitcoin is a representation of how much fiat money there is globally, and you can see Bitcoin is now being even more closely tied to the emission of credit throughout the world. So the question is really, are those in power going to continue to emit credit to sort of keep the game going as long as possible, or are they going to have another credit cycle? I don't know if this cycle lasts longer because those in power are really just trying to hang on as tight as they can until the next mega crisis, or do we go back to the 4-year cycle and sort of we peak in about March, go on holiday break for the Western Hemispheric summer or Northern Hemispheric summer, and then come back in Q4, we peak, and then something happens and we blow up and go down again. I don't know.
So this is different from the education system, which kind of force feeds you, and you're actually telling people to use their brain.
Yeah.
Which is like a breath of fresh air, bro. Okay. Last question. So how do we stay in touch with you? So how do people follow you? Where are you most active? Do you have different channels of social? I thought you had an Instagram. I was gonna tag you because that's kind of one of our bigger.
I do have an Instagram. I'm not really on there that much, but the main channel is X at Crypto Haze. We also have our Substack channel, so Crypto Haze on Substack. It's free for anyone if they want to subscribe. That's where all of my essays get posted, and you'll probably see a lot more content coming out on X.
Okay, I mean, people should read that. We have another friend. He read your thing on market making, and he retired. This was like I don't even know about the article, but he told me that he read it years ago, and he's retired. He's like rich as like I can't even say.
Well, I'm glad I had that effect on people.
Like straight up, bro. It's just so I'm gonna go back and try to look for it. I don't even know what that's about, but I feel like there's a lot of valuable information there. Like he has a Porsche. Like I'm just not even gonna say his name, but like you changed some people's lives, and it's good to see.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.